Recording data triggers. In some experimental contexts, the whole data doesn't need to be recorded continuously, but only small sections at specific time intervals. One such use case would be electrical stimulation, where stimulation is introduced to a culture and only the induced responses need to be recorded. The best way to do this is to use the data trigger recording protocol in the raw data recording mode. To activate the basic trigger protocol, go to the Controls panel and click the Recording settings. With the raw data recording mode enabled, click the BRW file. And here we can change the protocol from basic to data triggers. Underneath, we can adjust the data trigger settings. For instance, the default triggering channel is channel 1, 2, and the trigger threshold is 1000 microvolts. Here we have the trigger recording interval, which sets the pre-trigger time to begin recording, and the time to stop recording post-trigger. Once your settings have been selected, click OK. Now the system is ready to monitor channel 1, 2, and if an event has overcome the selected threshold, recording will be initiated based on our pre-trigger and post-trigger time interval settings. Additionally, we have to tell the biocam that our internal stimulation will occur at channel 1, 2. So go to the source panel and click the gear icon to launch the settings window. Under the I/O signals, we need to enable the internal stimulation settings by clicking yes, and double-checking that our output channel is the same as the output channel that we previously set in the recording settings. Now in the MEA viewer, if we select channel 1, 2, and several other channels, using the Control, Shift, and click option, and clicking play, we can see that channel 1 has a value of 0. This is because with our internal stimulation settings, channel 1, 2 has been overridden to display only when a stimulation is introduced. As we have not yet loaded and played a basic stimulation, this value is currently 0. Meanwhile, our other channels are showing data as usual. To begin the basic stimulation, go to the stimulator launched in the Plugins menu and configure your settings. Once we have input our settings, click Load to send the stimulation protocol to the biocam. Now we can go back to the Controls window and click Play to begin live data acquisition. And once we hit play on our basic stimulation protocol window, we can see when the stimulation occurs. Stimulations are represented by the yellow intervals. Now that our stimulation settings have been tested, click to initiate recording, and click play on the basic stimulation window to launch a stimulation protocol. Now we can open our recording. By selecting a small subset of channels and showing chart axes, we can scroll through our data. Note that no data has been recorded for our channels here, and the values are set to 0. By scrolling through our timeline, we can pinpoint the exact moments when electrical stimulation occurred. Here we can see when the pre-trigger recording initiated, when our stimulation occurred, and the post-trigger data recorded in our specified interval.